Hey guys, you have McGann, and welcome to another episode of There I Read It, where I am going over the Harry Potter series chapter by chapter for the first time ever in my life and giving you my thoughts and notes and feedback as I trudge through this series. And I say trudge because I've had a lot of struggles getting into and getting through the Goblet of Fire. It's not even that it's bad, it's just like it is almost so slow paced that I am not doing well keeping up with it and wanting to read the next chapter. As you can tell, in the last episode, my hair had no roots and my blue was much bluer. So it's been a few weeks, and again, it's just so hard to get in the habit. I'll get through it though. There's only 37 chapters in this book, I think, so I'm determined to make it through this one, and then Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and what is the last one? I always forget the title of it. Harry Potter and the Chumbawamba Ghost. I don't know. Please don't judge me too harshly in the comments. Mama's tired. I've been through an emotional 2021. But to pull out my beautiful notey notes, we are on chapter 11 today, which is called Aboard the Hogwarts Express. And there's really not a ton to this chapter, so this is going to be another pretty short episode, but we are starting off with the kids starting to wake up in the Weasley house, and it's the day that they're all going to school, and it's really rainy out, kind of like muggy, foggy, I don't know, British temperatures. I'm sure that makes sense to somebody somewhere. But Molly is having to call up the stairs for Arthur to come down because he has an urgent message from the Ministry. And Harry's looking over into the fireplace where Arthur is now speaking, and he just sees like a random egg-shaped figure in the fire, except that egg is actually Amos Diggory's head just hanging out in the middle of the fireplace, the flames licking his ears and everything. And Amos Diggory is talking about a situation that just went down where someone named Mad Eye just heard an intruder around his house last night, and he had jinxed or enchanted some trash cans, and I guess they exploded trash everywhere and were rocketing around the neighborhood. But the problem is that Mad Eye lives in a place where muggles were able to see and or hear this, so they called the police, which Diggory calls please men. And can I just say that kind of irritates me. We're doing another situation here where the wizards interact in the normal world quite frequently, yet they act like they have no idea what anything is, like they're always just tourists. But some of these witches and wizards are in the normal world full time. I don't understand why there's such a disconnect. Like in the last book where they had to explain what a gun was, just what? You people know what guns are. You're not that far disconnected. So I don't know, calling the policemen pleasemen, just come on, guys. Come on. You live in this world too. When Harry Potter was little and he didn't know about magic, he said he was constantly having people stare at him and walk up and shake his hand and stuff. So come on, wizards and witches interact with the regular folk. It ain't this hard to understand cross-culture pollination. Anyways, rant aside, Amos is warning Arthur that the improper use of magic division is out to go after Mad Eye now, and they have to keep him from getting any serious offense, I guess more like a charge stuck to him for that kind of conduct. And Arthur's like, well, he didn't use his wand and he didn't actually attack anybody, so I'm pretty sure that we can get Mad Eye off with a caution, which I assume would be getting pulled over by a state trooper and getting a warning in the US. Like, we're not going to give you a ticket because you've been good for the last 10 years, so go on and slow down, that kind of thing. So that conversation ends, but before Amos disappears to, I don't know, I'm confused. I don't know if we just have a portal that is going to show us Amos's head, or if he actually made his head go to a different location from the rest of his body. And if he did that, I am very, very curious about what is going on with his torso right now. But before Amos leaves the fireplace, Molly takes a piece of toast and puts it in his mouth like he's their pet head. Like, what kind of Addams Family craziness is this now? And while the kids are having breakfast, they kind of give us some more exposition on who Mad Eye is. He is a retired ministry worker, and he was in Auror. A-U-R-O-R. Those A-U-R words are the worst for me. Aurora, I feel like I'm never saying that right. I feel like it comes out of the weird part of my mouth. But an Auror is a dark wizard chaser. So I guess they're the people that would hunt down the Death Eaters. Is that the proper term? I feel like maybe it's not. It's been so long that I've been reading this. I'm starting to forget the details. I need to go over my own notes. But yeah, it sounded like Mad Eye hunts down the bad wizards, the ones using the dark arts, and he brings them into Azkaban. And Mad Eye is also a really big pal of Dumbledore, which I don't know. Dumbledore keeps some very curious company. And there are always some really sketchy folk, if you notice. I still don't trust Dumbledore. I feel like he's up to something larger. But then they get tired of talking about Mad Eye, and Charlie makes a comment at the breakfast table that he might see the kids at Hogwarts soon. And they're like, what do you mean? And he's like, shh, it's a secret. And then Bill says something about, yeah, I might go to Hogwarts to watch too. And again, the kids are all like, what you talking about there, buddy? And Bill goes, shh, it's a secret. And even Molly is over there stirring the pot like, oh, I'm so glad that they changed the rules this time. And everybody's like, what's going on here? Shh, it's a secret. But since I've seen the movie and I can read the title of the book, I'm pretty sure that they're referring to the Triwizard Tournament here. And everybody who's still attending Hogwarts is getting really irritated that, nobody will tell them what this big secret is. But they get to the train station via regular taxis, which was no fun feat, apparently, with all these big crazy trunks that they bring around, not to mention the screeching birds. And they're still getting on the train going, what's going on? Why won't anybody tell us? And everybody's still like, shh, it's a secret. But while the train is getting started, Hermione actually hears Malfoy talking in another train compartment cart. We don't have trains like this in the US, so they're really weird for me to envision. But Malfoy is talking about the Wizarding School Drumstrang and how the students there are actually encouraged to learn the dark arts. And apparently all of the wizarding schools have been bewitched so that nobody can figure out where they are or even make it appear on a map. And as Hermione tells us, if somebody were to wander up on Hogwarts by accident, they would just see these ruins and a sign that says, do not enter. But because of these enchantments, nobody even knows what country that Drumstrang or Beauxbaton is in. But then Malfoy comes strutting into where Harry and Ron and Hermione are, and he's all like, oh, look at your awful wizarding dress robes there, Ron. Ha ha ha. If you enter this year, you can actually get money for it and get yourself something nice. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? And Malfoy as well goes, shh, it's a secret. Although he's a lot more smug about it. He's like, ha ha ha, you don't know? I'm not going to tell you. If you have to ask, you'll never know. But then Malfoy and his goons, they leave that train compartment so roughly that they shatter the glass door behind them. And Hermione's able to repair it, no problem, but one, she is an underaged wizard who has not passed her OWL exam, so how come she's not getting a warning from the Ministry about the improper use of magic or, doing magic outside of Hogwarts or, Harry got in trouble for this in the second book. I want to see some justifications here because Hermione practices magic all the time outside of the school and never gets even a flippin' warning. Where's her OWL? That's all I'm saying. Be fair about it. And two, if Hermione is able to fix the glass door and all of these other things can be, made nicer or they can be enchanted to look differently, how come nobody can help Ron fix those robes that are mauve or what was it, burgundy, some awful dark red color, maroon maybe, and they say it has a moldy collar on it. How come nobody can fix that and make it look new or make it look like a fresh design? I mean, come on, the robe itself is not supposed to be magical, right? It's just some clothing, it's cloth. So nobody can, flick their little wand and make it into a nice modern style, or at least make it to where there's not mold growing off of it. How about some Clorox, Molly? Can you get some bleach for your child here? This is a ridiculous plot hole just to make Ron stand out and be the poor kid. But, the train gets to Hogwarts. There's no real to-do this year, and the first years go off on the boat in the rain, and everybody else gets into these horseless carriages to get taken up to the hill around the corner. I don't know, from Hogsmeade to Hogwarts, whatever that trail looks like. And that's the end of the chapter. Obviously, having seen the movie, I know that Mad Eye was something to pay attention to, but I do find it interesting that he is introduced so much earlier in the book. And I think we're finally getting to the point where the movie and the book are going to start having some matching segments, but it has been so long since I've seen the movie, I don't even know how much I can remember. I remember like the main plot points for the big events. But, we'll find out. If anything, it will be fun to read a book and not remember how the movie went. So the movie can't ruin this book for me. Oh my goodness. All right, I do need to start getting more on the ball and keeping up with these chapters at a better pace. I'm going to be trying to do that now. Wish me luck, Fanily. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please comment, please like, please subscribe, please share. Sharing is always caring. Whatever you want to do, I appreciate you. And we will see you next time, Fanily members. Bye! Well, Fanily members, we're almost done, but I want to invite you to hang out with me in some other places. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as my own personal self, and I have a Facebook page too, but I mostly just post photos over there. And sometimes people say, "Hey McGann, I want to mail you something. How do I do that?" Easy. Just click the About tab on my channel page, and my most current P.O. Box info will be right there. I also run another channel, The Fanily. It's really a hodgepodge channel where we might post anything. Oh yeah, and I also sell shirts and stickers and stuff with the Fanily and the Fangirl logos. If that is your cup of tea, I have a link in every description of every video. Finally, if you want to help out the Fangirl channel and make sure I'm putting out video essays for years to come, the best way you can help is by subscribing and watching more of my videos, whether they're new, old, whatever. Maybe even share one or two on social media, help spread the word. People who watch to the end of videos like you helps to tell the site, hey, this is a good video, we should recommend it to other people. So if you made it this far, leave me a comment of something like, hey, I made it to the end. Love ya. See you next time, Fanily members.